Let me see your shirt out.
Best shirt ever.
Hello everybody, hope everybody's having a great day. Well, that massive machine behind me is a cucumber harvester, and they've already harvested 40 acres right here. Oh my gosh, the gnats are terrible this morning. Anyway, what was I saying? So yesterday they harvested 40 acres of cucumbers roughly. I missed it because I had a doctor's appointment, but don't worry, the next video coming out will be cucumbers harvesting. And man, the gnats are terrible. So right now we're kind of at a standstill. As soon as they get all the cucumbers harvested, we'll let that dry down a couple days, and then we'll dist it a couple times, get it strip tilled, and then plant cotton. So really no tractor work doing today. We're gonna get the cotton planter, get her ready to roll, make sure she's good, get our tractor serviced up, just make sure everything's ready to roll. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys haven't done it, please subscribe to this channel. Try to get these gnats gone for us. And I also like to mention a big thank you to LMC for sending us these cool hats and some notepads and some USB thumb drives. So I appreciate that. And yeah, let's get started. So I'm gonna get the chains oiled on this cotton planter. Alright, so to get the chains oiled, you've got to spin the hydraulic motors. And the only way to do that is you got to get somebody in the cab, and they've got to keep just pressing this button. Every time you press that button, it makes a half a turn. I wish there was a way, just swallowed a gnat. I wish there was a way that you could just press the button and it would slowly turn all the chains. If there is, I don't know of a way to do that. Kyle, goodness gracious. Man, you've ruined those shorts. Terrible. And that shirt. Is that hat still looking clean though?
I think the hat's clean.
Yeah, I think the hat's good. Wow. Took a grease bath this morning. It's not even 8 o'clock yet.
Do it.
It's not even 8 o'clock yet and you're already filthy. It is an old grease monkey.
Will I press again?
Come here, I'll show you. So all you gotta do is just press this button.
That?
Yeah, just keep pressing it and that turns the hydraulic motors, and I'll grease them. Alright, swapping gears a little bit, got all the chains oiled on the cotton planter. Now we're headed to the dentist. The girls have a dentist appointment. So yeah, we'll take you along with the ride. Driving in the Toyota? Driving in the Toyota Sienna, the ultimate parent vehicle. Let's talk about the van a little bit. How practical is this van for kids?
This van is a dream.
It really is.
It's a dream.
You press the buttons and the doors slide open. What else?
My favorite feature is the cruise control. You can set it to where like it's cruising. If someone slows down in front of you, it slows down.
That's
by
nice.
itself. I love that.
It's got a great sounding stereo system. Here, check out this new song, Old Boy Bad James.
I was born and raised down an old dirt road right next to Hickory Lane. My neighbor was old boy Bad James. He was a boy just 9 years old. He had a big heart and his teeth were gold. Wore a lock chain around his neck. And we became best friends, did everything together. Walking through the woods, catching eagles by the feathers. And everybody in our small town says, boy, it's such a shame. You're hanging around, yeah, you're hanging around with old boy Bad James.
Wow, Jim, that was really terrible.
Really? Yeah, the ending was a bit much, I guess.
James, whoa, James. Oh boy, Bad James. Oh boy, Bad James.
All right, back from the dentist. Got a fairly decent report with the girls. But anyway, about to jump back on the cotton planter, grease all these bearings on the back. And yeah, that's what we got going on. now I'm going to grease where the wings fold up. There's some grease fittings there. Get that lubricated. And if you guys aren't using a lock and lube, you see it? See it? Little grease gun adapter, coupler, whatever you want to call it. Super nice. They don't pay me a thing, but seriously, no joke. My only gripe is if you're in like a tight spot, you got a universal joint that's really tight, a lot of times you can't reach those places. But as far as just your regular grease fitting, man, that's the bee's knees, as they call it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 24, 25, 67, 68, 99, 100. Whew! All right, she's lubed up good. Got a good forearm workout. That was a joke. I didn't really put 100 pumps of grease in that. Or did I? All right, that's all the grease fittings. Got my air filters out of the 8330, about to blow them out. All right.
Good morning, y'all. I'm gonna dedicate my little bit of video in this morning to everybody that lives on Connection Road. The reason why is this handgun on this pivot, for one reason or another, which we fixing to get up there and figure it out. Booster pump cuts off, valve tries to shut, but the handgun never completely cuts off. It always just trickles out the end, which makes a mess out of the field, makes a mess out of the dirt road for everybody. And we're gonna get it nailed down today. We're gonna figure out why this thing ain't working right. That's what we doing. We got the old genie lift down here where I ain't gotta climb a ladder. And we just get up there and take the valve apart, make sure there ain't a rock hung in it, or make sure the flapper's not just hard as a brick. And this is the valve that cuts it on and off, and this is your booster pump. And last time I worked on this thing, everything was working like it's supposed to. You got a shut off solenoid down here, and this valve is controlled by water pressure. Basically, when you put water pressure on this line, it puts water in the top of this thing and closes this valve. When you take pressure off of it, it allows the water coming from this direction to push the valve open and turns your handgun on. Well, it slows down, but it don't actually shut all the way off. Man, I got lucky. Jumped on the old CRF. That wasn't too bad. All right, now we're back here at the pivot that I'm working on. I'm gonna turn this valve on, and then we'll go turn on the well. And off we go. Had to check for wasps. You can literally spray this thing once a week, and the wasps would still be a nest in here. If that valve's working, the pivot's off, there should not be any water coming out of that handgun right this minute. Yeah, it's got a little bit coming out of it, but sometimes you gotta give it a second. Let it cut up. Look at there. Look at there. Hot diggity dog. She shut off all the way. Good gosh almighty. That thing's been giving me fits for 2 years.
I'm headed to our cotton field that looks like a jungle. The last video we had, we showed you the video that had all the pig weeds, all the grass, all that stuff. So we sprayed XtendiMax, we sprayed Roundup. It's been 6 days, and we're gonna take a look at it, see if it looks any better. Pulled up to the field. It's been, like I said, 6 days since we sprayed it. Let me land this drone before I wreck it. 1 second. All right, where was I? Yes, we're talking about this field. So we sprayed it with Roundup, we sprayed it with XtendiMax. So you can tell these are the volunteer peanuts. Hurt them pretty good. Hopefully they're gonna die. They're burning up pretty good and swollen up, crinkling up. Cotton's growing good. Looks like it's coming out of the thrips damaged pretty good. Let's try to find us some pigweed, see if it curled those up and killed them. Working on that patch of grass pretty good. Uh-oh, somebody didn't bring the rows out far enough. Keithy, here you go. Here's some pigweeds on the end rows. And yeah, they're curled up. Hopefully they're gonna die. I have noticed with XtendiMax, what I can tell, when we do spray the pigweeds, it's not like the pigweeds just turn brown and they look like death. They just kind of stop them in their tracks and they don't grow anymore. Now, used to when we used to spray like at Night or Liberty, now that product seemed like it would just smoke the pigweeds dead as a doorknob. So I don't know, maybe that's just us. Made it across the road, and here is the young cotton. This cotton's about 7 days old and it's popping up good. As you can tell, we got a good stand. But we're gonna be spraying this field just as soon as we can because we're in the same predicament. We got volunteer peanuts everywhere. I don't see a whole lot of pigweeds, but we definitely got a bunch of grasses, got a bunch of, but we here comes the dogs again. Oh, great. If he attacks me, I'll get it on film. Ah, go on, go on. Ah, ah. Hey, hey, okay. Hey, quit. All right, where was I before I was brutally attacked by the dogs?
James was a redneck, he failed the 3rd grade. He took a job with a farmer by highway, but he had no idea what he should do. And they grew peanuts, corn, and cotton, and all types of grain. And every single night he'd pray for rain. Almost drove the old man insane.